The trainer comes in, they ride the horse, they fix the problems, they straighten the horse, whatever, and then they leave. But if the rider is still crooked, then all of that fixing that the trainer did just disintegrates as soon as the trainer leaves. So it really needs to come from you, from the rider, from the equestrian first. And then we can address the horse. Hey, welcome back. For those that are new here, I'm Ruby. I help horses and humans to be the healthiest that they can be through a holistic approach to horsemanship. Today, I wanted to share with you a little story about how I actually got there, because it's, I think it's kind of interesting. So, growing up, I was an avid equestrian athlete. I was riding and showing pretty consistently in dressage specifically, and, typical teenage obsessed horse kid. I was very sure that I was going to be a vet. That was my calling. None of the blood and guts scared me off. My dad was a paramedic, so I even actually did a ride along with him one time. None of that stuff bothered me. I'm usually pretty good under pressure. I just really thought that would be a great job for me, and I'd be able to help a lot of horses that way. In college, I was on the pre-vet track. I was studying animal science, and I kind of continued to work in high school I worked for a small animal vet, but in college I ended up working for an equine vet. And at that point, I kind of had this realization that if I was an equine vet, there isn't always a whole lot you can really do. It really depends on the resources of both financially and, time and energy and knowledge of the people that own the horse or that are caring for the horse, as well as the technological resources of your area. And I do think equine medicine is continuing to develop and evolve, and it's come a really long way since then. It will continue to go a really long way, but I just really felt like I would prefer to work in prevention. So at that point, I pivoted and I ended up getting my degree in agriculture business management, which is obviously a little bit of a different thing altogether. But I kind of spent the next few years trying to figure out how am I going to help horses to be healthier by educating their owners. And so I spent some time kind of working with sort of problem horses or troubled horses. I ended up actually getting certified in equine nutrition, which felt really important to me. Originally, I was kind of thinking I would maybe go into body work, or I was looking at various forms of equine therapy. But I ended up coming to nutrition because I felt like that's something that I'm really passionate about in humans and in myself. And so it felt like something that I could kind of carry over. And also, there are a lot of body workers in my area, and I love them. I use many of them. All of my horses get body work somewhat regularly. And I just didn't know any nutritionists. So I was like, maybe that's something that I should try. But the thing that I kind of kept coming to is, as I was growing, I ended up starting a riding school, and I started working with more and more clients that had specific goals with their riding. And what I kind of kept coming to is we can get your horse healthy with diet and nutrition and conditioning and, all of those things. But we can't really do all that much unless we also get you healthy. And the epiphany that I had is that because horses and riders are a team, we have to also heal them as a team, and that horse health and rider health are really fundamentally connected in a very deep and profound way. So once I had this kind of realization, I then not even pivoted, but just developed even more. And I actually became certified as a personal trainer and human sports nutrition coach. And so then I kind of started to help my clients with their health concerns that then also benefited their horses. So we need to first address the rider's physical, mental, and emotional health. And then from there, we can then address the horse's physical, mental, and emotional health. And then as a team, they'll be able to work better together. So the example is, if somebody comes to me and wants to get stronger in the saddle, we will first address their hydration and nutrition, because you can't use energy you don't have. Then we will get them stronger through a series of exercises, both in the saddle and out of the saddle, that are targeted for equestrians to help their balance and stability and endurance, as well as mobility and flexibility, because I believe those are also key. And then we'll work on their horse, because in order for the rider to work on their balance, they need to be riding a consistent horse. That, you could just tell them go trot and the horse will keep trotting while the rider kind of works on themselves. And so often we'll end up using school horses. Even if the person has their own horse, we'll use school horses for this process. But then we also do want to ultimately work on the rider's horse, because now that the rider is riding more correctly, upright and not collapsing anywhere, and they have the endurance and they have the strength, we then want to be able to translate that to helping their horse muscle properly. And what often happens is, like, if the rider develops these compensations because they're, like one hip is weaker is a really common example, then the horse will develop compensations because the rider is riding crooked. The example I love is, like, if you're balancing books on your head and the books start to lean, you're also going to kind of start to lean to get the books back under balance, right? So that, as you can imagine, over hundreds of rides with the same horse and rider, if the rider is a little bit crooked, the horse is then going to become crooked as well to balance the rider. So once we get the rider straight, then we start working on straightening the horse and helping the horse get more balanced and strong, and developing the horse's endurance and strength by using the correct muscles instead of using these compensations that they've learned about. So that to me is incredibly profound and amazing. I also work with a lot of people that have mental blocks around riding, if they have had a fall or they're coming back after a long time, or there's some kind of fear. And often what I find is that, again, the horse fear and the human fear are super connected. And if the human is afraid of something, often then the horse will start to react to that thing or alert to that thing. And then the human then picks up on that the horse is nervous. And so then the human gets more nervous, and then the horse will then realize that the human is more nervous and will also get more nervous. And then we're kind of in this like ratcheting cycle, and that obviously doesn't help anybody. So that's another thing that we work on, is kind of mindset and mental health, and finding ways to keep ourselves steady and calm, so that then we can help our horses to steady and calm their nerves as well. So I'd love to just really quickly interject here about one of my favorite horse supplements that I have recommended to so many clients and have seen phenomenal results from, and that is the Mad Barn Amino Trace Plus. Most of our horses are not getting the trace minerals and amino acids that they need in order to thrive and function properly. This is because of the way that our hay is grown and processed, and the fact that most of our horses eat hay. So a really great way to easily make sure that your horse is getting all of their amino acid and trace mineral needs met in a great bioavailable form is the Mad Barn Amino Trace Plus. I, again, have recommended it to so many people. I use it on my own horses, and I just could not be happier with this product. So I highly recommend this, especially if your horse is struggling with any kind of hoof problems, skin and coat, energy problems, top line development, muscle recovery, any of those, you'll see phenomenal results. It does take about 90 days, so be patient, stick with it. But I do highly recommend this product for the vast majority of horses. The link for Mad Barn Amino Trace Plus is below, and I do just want to mention that I am an affiliate of this program. However, I have been using this product and recommending it far longer than I have been an affiliate, and I truly, honestly, could not be happier with it. So these are just some kind of general examples of things that I do with people, but really, I've also helped people with aging horses that need a career change, but the rider isn't really ready for the career change, but they also don't want to part ways with their horse yet, or at all. I've helped people with restarting horses that have problem behaviors. I've helped, I don't even know, so many things. People with horses with chronic illness, or people with chronic illness or disabilities, or all kinds of different things. And what I kind of keep coming to is the key here is that I can give you whatever information you need to be successful. I can give you the nutrition plan, I can give you the training protocols, I can give you the conditioning plan, I can give you, fitness instruction for you or for your horse or whatever else. I can help you fit tack. I can also even get on your horse and ride them maybe differently than you do and get a different result. But the real change happens when you make the change, because you and your horse are in this symbiotic relationship. And so when you take the information that is available and you apply that to your horse and to your life, that's when we see the transformation. That's when we see the big change. And so that again is kind of where I feel like this idea of helping people, guiding people through these transformations, as opposed to me kind of just coming in and just fixing things and patching it up and then walking away, has become really transformational. Because, it used to be when I first started, and I think it's really common in the industry, the trainer comes in, they ride the horse, they fix the problems, they straighten the horse, whatever, and then they leave. But if the rider is still crooked, then all of that fixing that the trainer did just disintegrates as soon as the trainer leaves. So it really needs to come from you, from the rider, from the equestrian first. And then we can address the horse. So if, as I was talking, you were like, oh wow, that is totally me, or that sounds like something that I have struggled with, or I know someone that struggles with that, let's see if I can help you. I might have the key, I might not, but if not, we can figure it out together. And I am always just like so amazed and empowered by watching people like you that are so dedicated to their horse and dedicated to their sport and dedicated to themselves and their own wellness journey. And that's just what gives me life. So if you have something that you're struggling with right now, reach out. And there's all my contact info is always in the description. And let's just see if we can figure something out that will help you. And also check out some of my other videos, because I might have a video about exactly what it is that you're struggling with. So feel free to check out my other videos. I also have lots of free resources on my website. And then, if you are wanting more one-on-one support, let's chat. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful at all, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe and a comment and a share. All of those things help to kind of spread the word, because I really believe what we're doing here is pretty revolutionary. And I want to spread this to as many equestrians as possible, to help as many horses as possible, because that's always my mission. Be well.